Welcome to Angela's Kitchen Garden, where I grow my own organic fruit, vegetables and cut flowers. Today's project is going to be building this gate to go on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these bits of wood down to size and I'm going to construct them like this. So I've got one on the top, one on the bottom, two that go up and then a diagonal. And what I'm going to do to attach it to the post is I'm going to put this hinge on here. So there's one for the top up there and one for the bottom, and then to attach it to the other side I've got this, so I can just put a little peg or something like that through it just to hold it in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it with wire mesh so that the rabbits then can't get in. Now over on my gate here, if you have a look at the bottom, it's not level, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down here as a brace. Then I'm going to put this one on top so that I create a nice straight line that I can then build my gate up from. And so hopefully that will work really well at keeping all of the pests and things out, and also make it much easier for me to get in. So what I've got to do first is I've got to cut the existing gate off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it round a little and do what I've done on this side, which is just use some staples just to put it into the fence like that. So I've got these here and I'll just hammer them in. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I've cut my wire fencing along here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these little metal tags to hold it in place. So I'll just hammer them in all the way down so that I hold it in place along the post. So I've tacked in all of the wire mesh, and now I'm going to do the same on the other side because it wasn't quite as secure. So now that I've finished securing my wire mesh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the bottom just to make a nice straight edge for my gate to open above. So I'm going to screw this down here and here into these side posts, and then because it's not flat I'm just going to put this little bit of wood on the bottom and screw that in as well. And it means that where the ground isn't even, because I've raised it up a little bit, the gate will still be able to open and shut. So this is where the fun bit begins. I've attached the base over there. Now I'm going to start building my gate. So what I'm going to do first of all is the hinges are going to go on this side, and so I've put my strut that way. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some pilot holes through here and into there, and then it means that I can then put the screws in, and I've got quite long screws. I'll show you. So these are the screws that I'm using so that they'll go into the wood on the other side as well. So I'll get on with that now. Now the reason that I put the hinge on first is so that when I drill my pilot holes to drill through, I can see where these screws are, because these are very position dependent, whereas the screws that attach onto this one aren't, so I can then just move them. I can have a look here, see that that screw's there, and so I then won't drill a hole in there, so I'll just move it to the side so that this screw will go all the way through. So I've attached the first post on here and I countersunk them in, so I used a bigger drill bit just to make it so that they would lie flush with the wood. So this is the first one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other upright, then I'm going to do the diagonal, and then I'll put the top on. So I've attached these two straights to the crossbar, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this one. I've put the hinge on already, so it's going to be on this side, and I've drilled my holes and then my sink holes as well. So I'm now just going to attach this on here, and then what I'm going to do is I'll attach the other corner, and then I'll do my crossbar across, and then I need to attach my wire mesh to it, and then hopefully I'll be able to hang it on the fence post and it will work well. This is my first ever gate that I've built, so fingers crossed it works well. So I've now put my crossbar in. I'm not sure if I was meant to do it this way from the bottom holding the top up, or from the top holding the bottom, but I've cut it to size now, so it's going to go in like this. And what I did was I just got the bit of wood, lay it on top, and then just like this, just lay it on top, and then just drew a line here, and then just sawed with a little handsaw just to cut its size. So now what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put some screws into it just to hold it in place, and then I need to put the wire mesh on it. So this is my gate hung. I think it looks really smart and it opens nicely. I haven't put the hinge on yet, so I need to do that, but I think it's going to work really well at keeping the pests out and being much easier for me to get in and out of, and so I'm really pleased with it. So that's how I've hung my allotment gate.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Also, check out my other videos. If you're on social media, you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Pinterest, and the details of that are in the description below. And I'll be uploading another video at the same time tomorrow. So see you on the next one. Bye!